All right, so let's try 2 examples together. You need to have this picture drawn, and you need to have this statement written before you start any of this problem. So to me, the most important thing is not even the picture, it's the statement when we're solving these. The statement tells me what goes together. So for instance, the first thing, this is asking me to find the given side length or angle measure. So they give me DE, so I'm going to go up here and look at my statement, and I see that DE matches with AB. So I'm going to say DE, the segment, is congruent to the segment AB. All right, now I'm going to go look at my picture and mark those. Okay, so I see DE and AB, and the best way to mark they're congruent are to use those little tally marks. So I'm going to put 1 on each of them so I know those pair together. Well, if those are congruent and AB is 2.6 centimeters, then I know DE must be 2.6 centimeters. All right, we're going to do a similar thing for angle B. All right, I'm looking for a measure of angle B, so I'm going to go up here to my statement. B I see as this middle letter, so it must correspond with E. So I'm going to make a statement. The measure of angle B is congruent to the measure of angle E. In my picture, I mark that. Angles we mark by putting these little arcs in them. It's not a square arc, it's just like a curve, right? B and E. So if E is 65 degrees, then that means the measure of angle B must also be 65 degrees. All right, let's look at one more that's just maybe a little bit more complicated, but I think you can definitely handle it. All right, so do draw this picture, right? Get what you need labeled, at least so that you have it for your notes to refer back to. Again, the most important part, though, is this statement. So I'm looking for AB. I look at my statement, and I see that AB matches with DE, so I'm going to make that statement. AB is congruent to DE. In my picture, I'm going to find AB, put a little hash mark on it, and DE, put a little hash mark on it. Now this time, when I find those, that doesn't actually tell me anything, that just gives me like an equation. So I'm going to set up an equation. AB is 3x plus 8, and I know that must be equal to DE, which is 5x. Now, we're going to use some algebra to solve that, and you all know how to do that. Get your x's on both sides. 2x equals 8, because I subtracted 3x. Divide by 2, so x is 4. Now, pay attention to the question. It's not asking what x is. That's helpful to know, but that's not what it's asking. It's asking me for me to find how long is AB, so I'm going to go back and plug back in. AB is the same as 3x plus 8. So that's 3 times 4 plus 8, which is 12 plus 8, that's 20. So the measure of AB is 20 right there. All right, that's what you need for your notes tomorrow. We'll keep practicing this together.